dismissed the hermit's words as insignificant and mocked him. Seth Gopal's pride continued to grow, and he kept flaunting his power. He believed that his wealth and authority made him the greatest man in the world. He was often seen driving expensive cars and wearing expensive jewelry just to show off his lavish life. The villagers always cowered before him because they feared that Gopal's wrath would fall upon them. His words were sharp enough to disturb anyone. Savitri's situation was getting worse with each passing day. Despite living with her husband, she felt completely alone. Her mind constantly wondered, will my husband ever change? Will he ever admit his mistakes and let go of his pride? Savitri couldn't find any way to free Gopal from his arrogance and pride. She tried multiple times, but each time Gopal's responses were harsher. One day, Gopal's business suddenly collapsed. His once prosperous property and enterprises started facing huge losses. His assets began to be sold off, and gradually even his expensive cars and gardens were auctioned. Gopal realized that he had destroyed his entire life due to his arrogance and pride. It dawned on him that what he cherished most was only temporary. Savitri stood by her husband. She explained to Gopal that now was the time for him to leave his old habits behind and begin a new life. Gopal now realized that his wife was the one person who had always been his greatest truth and support. Gopal now realized that his wife was the one person who had always been his greatest truth and support. Savitri explained to him that he could still be a good person, but he needed to accept his mistakes. She said, "Money and wealth do not last forever, but humanity and love always do." Gopal then apologized to the villagers. He abandoned his arrogance and admitted he'd been wrong. The villagers were initially shocked, but slowly they accepted Gopal. They forgave him when they saw his humility. Gopal began a new life. He had left his pride behind. He began using his wealth for good deeds. He now sat with the villagers, sharing happy moments, never looking down on anyone. His mindset had completely changed. Savitri, who had always worried about her husband, now saw him happy. She realized that Gopal's transformation was her greatest joy. They both now lived a peaceful and content life together. Savitri's heart swelled with pride because she had kept her patience and trust to bring her husband on the right track. Gopal and Savitri's lives had completely transformed. Gopal was now respected not just for his wealth, but for his humanity and goodness. He had learned from his experiences that true happiness lies in building good relationships with others and being kind, not just in money. Always be kind to others. The bell above the glass door jingled softly as Amara stepped into the corner store, the same one she passed every day on her walk home from Lincoln High. The store was old, tucked between a nail salon and a barber shop, and run by a grumpy man named Mr. Ravi. To most people, Mr. Ravi was invisible, an old, stiff shopkeeper who never smiled and always seemed to be counting pennies. He wore the same gray sweater every day and had a permanent scowl. "Hi, Mr. Ravi," Amara said, placing $1 on the counter. He grunted, barely looking up. She picked up a chocolate bar and smiled anyway. "Have a good day." No response. Still, every Friday, Amara came in, said hello, and left with a smile. It was her small ritual. Her friends teased her about it. "Why do you bother with him?" her friend Jazz asked. "He's like a vending machine with attitude." "I don't know," Amara shrugged. "Maybe he just needs someone to be kind to him." One Friday, the bell didn't jingle when Amara entered. She looked around. The lights were off in the back, and the radio was silent. Mr. Ravi sat behind the counter with his hands clasped, staring at nothing. "Hi, Mr. Ravi," she asked gently. He blinked and looked up slowly. "I didn't see your usual smile," she teased, though he never smiled anyway. For the first time he chuckled. "Just a little." Amara raised an eyebrow. "I just wanted to say," she hesitated, "you're part of my routine. I hope you're okay." He didn't say anything, but later, as she unwrapped her chocolate bar outside, she noticed something tucked beneath the wrapper. A small note. "Thank you. You're the only one who's kind to me." Her eyes welled with tears. Over the next few weeks, their relationship shifted. Mr. Ravi began talking. A little at first, then more. He told her he had lost his wife 5 years ago and that he'd had a falling out with his son. He told her about how he used to be a school teacher in India, how he loved poetry, and how lonely he'd become after moving to the US. Amara listened. That's all she did. No advice, no judgment. One afternoon, Mr. Ravi walked out from behind the counter and sat with her on the bench outside the store. "You remind me of my daughter," he said quietly. "She used to say, 'Kindness is free, so why not give it away?' You have the same spirit." Amara smiled. "She sounds amazing." "She was," he said. "She died when she was 16. A long silence fell between them. Then he added, "It never leaves you the loss, but kindness, it makes it lighter to carry." At school, Amara started something new. She called it the kindness wall. It began as a whiteboard in the hallway where students could write anonymous compliments or positive notes to classmates. The first week, only a few messages showed up. To Rachel, "I love your artwork." To Chris, "Thanks for tutoring me in math." To whoever picked up my books when I dropped them, "Thank you." By the third week, it was full every day. People started smiling more in the halls. Arguments between classmates dropped. Even teachers noticed. Still, not everyone was a fan. A senior named Ryan, known for his sarcastic attitude, mocked it loudly. "Oh, look, more fake niceness. What a joke." Amara overheard but didn't react. She wrote a note instead. To Ryan, "I hope today is easier for you than yesterday." She pinned it anonymously. The next morning, it was gone. One Wednesday evening, the sky turned an ominous gray. Thunder rumbled low like a warning drum, and rain began pelting the streets. Amara was at the library studying when the storm hit. Her phone buzzed. "Mom, storm is bad. Stay at the library or somewhere safe. Don't try to walk." As she looked out the window, she realized something. The store. She ran. By the time she reached the corner shop, wind whipped her umbrella from her hands. She burst through the door, soaked and breathless. "Mr. Ravi?" she called. No answer. She rushed to the back. There he was, collapsed on the floor, his hand clutching his chest. Amara's heart stopped. She pulled out her phone. 111. "Stay with me," she whispered beside him. His eyes fluttered open. He managed a faint smile. "You came. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. The ambulance came in minutes. Mr. Ravi survived the heart attack, but the doctors said he needed long-term care. He wouldn't be able to return to the store. When Amara visited him in the hospital, he looked tired, older than ever. I don't know what happens to the store now, he said. I don't have anyone left. Amara held his hand. You're not alone anymore. She had an idea. Back at school, she spoke to teachers, parents, and even the principal. Together, they started a fundraiser. Ravi's Rescue. The community donated not just money, but time and memories. People who hadn't spoken to Mr. Ravi in years suddenly came forward. A woman he'd helped pay for diapers when she was struggling. A man who said Mr. Ravi in years. Ravi had once let him take food on credit for months. A teenager who said, he always called me by name when no one else did. Amara compiled the letters and read them aloud to him in the hospital. He wept. I thought I was forgotten, he said. Never, Amara whispered. As summer began, something miraculous happened. Mr. Ravi's estranged son, Arjun, heard about the fundraiser through social media and came back. They hadn't spoken in 10 years. Their reunion was awkward, emotional, and imperfect, but it was a beginning. Amara stayed quietly in the background. She didn't need to be part of it. Just knowing she had helped was enough. Later, Arjun found her outside the hospital. My dad talks about you like you're his guardian angel, he said. I'm just someone who said hello. Well, thank you, he said, holding out his hand, for giving me my dad back. Months later, Mr. Ravi retired officially, but the store didn't close. With Arjun managing and volunteers from the community pitching in, it became a new kind of place, a community hub. A free little library was set up outside. There was a donation jar, not for tips, but to help those in need. Every Friday, someone gave away something. Snacks, clothes, books. Above the counter hung a sign that read, Always be kind to others, in memory of Meera, who believed in gentle souls. People began calling it the kindness store. Years passed. Amara went on to become a counselor, working with troubled youth, but she returned every holiday to visit Meadow Grove and the store. One chilly December evening, she sat outside on the same bench, sipping hot cocoa. A teenage boy approached shyly. You're Amara, right? He asked. She nodded. My mom told me how you helped Mr. Ravi. She said you changed the town. Amara smiled. I didn't do anything big, just small kindnesses. Well, he pulled out a notebook. I started writing down every kind thing someone does for me. Want to see? She leafed through the notebook and felt her throat tighten. This was it, the ripple. She passed the notebook back. Keep writing. You're doing something big. Kindness doesn't need recognition. It doesn't ask for attention. It lives in unnoticed smiles, in warm cocoa on cold days, in hands held beside hospital beds, in notes tucked under wrappers. It lives in you. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you can't see. A word, a gesture, a single act can change everything. Like Mr. Ravi, like Amara, like you. So always be kind to others. Don't Show Off Tara Mehta was the most talked about teenager in Sunshine Valley College. At just 15, She had over 100 followers on social media, the latest phone, designer shoes, and a YouTube channel where she posted fashion tips and how to be cool videos. Every morning, she arrived at college in her dad's shiny red convertible, wearing sunglasses even when it wasn't sunny. Her nails were always perfectly painted, her outfits perfectly styled, and her confidence unshakable. She walked through the college halls like a movie star, chin up, head high, and always followed by a group of students who wanted to be just like her. "Look at Tara's boots," someone would whisper. "She's wearing the new Glow-Z sneakers. They're not even released in India yet," another would say. Tara loved the attention. She thrived on it. But most of all, showed off. All the time. Whenever someone did something, Tara had done it better. "Oh, you went to Goa last weekend? That's cute. I went to Dubai for New Year's. You bought a new phone? Mine's the latest version. Not even out in stores yet. You won the dance competition? I performed at a TV show last month." The worst part? Some of it was true. Tara did live a glamorous life, but she had forgotten one thing: how to be kind. It was a bright Monday morning when Principal Ms. Costa walked into class with a girl beside her. The girl had short hair, a bright yellow bag, and wore simple jeans with a hand-painted shirt. "Class, this is Anya Sharma," said Ms. Costa. "She's just here from Dehradun. Please make her feel welcome." Tara realized, another new girl. "Let's see how long she lasts," she whispered to her friend Nisha. I smiled nervously and sat in the empty seat beside Tara. "Hi, I'm Anya," she said warmly. "I know," Tara said, barely looking up. Everyone does. Over the next few days, Anya quietly adjusted to her new surroundings. She wasn't loud, she wasn't flashy, but she was good. Really good. She aced all class tests, played the guitar like a pro, and even beat Tara's score in a surprise quiz. Tara couldn't believe it. Who does she think she is? She thought. Then came the college's annual Talent Fiesta, a week-long celebration of music, dance, drama, and fun competitions. Tara had been the reigning queen for 2 years. She performed the solo dance, hosted the show, and even modeled in the fashion event. Everyone expected her to win again this year, until Anya signed up. The entire college buzzed with excitement. Posters of Tara and Anya were everywhere. Students whispered in corridors, "Who's going to win? Is Tara nervous? Is Anya actually better?" Tara pretended not to care. "Please, she's new. She doesn't stand a chance," she said, flipping her hair.